You're listening to Chillworthy.
A podcast where two best friends discuss mysteries, murders, and anything in between for your enjoyment.
So if you're ready to hear some chilling and unsettling cases, you're in the right place. Happy listening. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Chillworthy with Brent and Talia.
Hi, everybody.
How's it going today?
Good. It is lovely and just very fall-y and crisp. Did you see my shirt?
Yeah, I did.
Ashley
Cute.
got it for me. What'd you say?
Very cute. Cute.
Thank you. Only a true fan. And you know it. You know what I'm
I
saying?
guess.
It
You want to
says,
tell them? Yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah.
says, I gotta go, Julia. We got cows. It's a picture of Melissa? What the hell is her name? This is like literally what
I
Helen
think
Hunt
it's
says.
Marissa. I don't know.
Yeah, what is her freaking name? This is so embarrassing. We should both know that. I don't think it's actually either name. Melinda, Miranda. Oh my God, awful. Melinda, maybe.
That's all right.
Anyway,
I guess not so much of a true fan, then,
I
are you?
know exactly.
Very embarrassing.
Right. So it's Bill Paxton's new wife in Twister.
Mm-hmm.
And when they're in the
They're
car,
definitely not married.
she has because they're not divorced yet. So they have to be divorced, but that's why they want to get married or what they're waiting for. Yes, good call. And
Yes.
then that's all over with. Yeah. I freaking love this shirt. I'm so excited.
It's a nice little shirt.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing?
I'm all right. We're solidly in fall, which is
Oh,
obviously wonderful.
absolutely. I will say I'm a little sad. And this
Excuse me?
always happens. This always happens every October. It's like gone. Like it's literally about to be over. I'm exaggerating, of course, but like it's flying by as time does.
It is a little. I mean, when I've let marmalade out in the past, like at night, it's like it's felt like snow almost
Oh,
in the air, which
shit.
obviously was not the case. But
Wow.
so I don't know what that's all about. Except I guess I do. It's winter.
Well, it's not winter.
I'm saying, yeah. Well, right. Okay.
We're supposed to get a pretty snowy winter, though, I think.
Oh, goody.
I know.
So, all right. What books do you have?
So since we last met, I started the Saturday Night Ghost Club by Craig Davidson.
Well, now that sounds nice. Finally.
I actually don't think you would like
Oh,
it. It is wonderful. I'm loving it, and it's like a coming of age, and it's being told by the adult main character, Jake, and he's flashing back to when he was a 12-year-old boy, and it is very heavily involving, like, his uncle, who he has a very close relationship, who sounds like a dear, dear, sweet man. I'm getting a vibe it's gonna be a very sad book. So far, it's not, but
yeah. Okay.
it's so heartwarming and wonderfully written. I'm very sucked in. I love it. I'm hoping to finish it this weekend.
Hmm.
And then since we last met, I finished Indian Burial Ground. I gave it 3 stars. It was good, wasn't great. I enjoyed the story. There were parts of it, supernaturally speaking, that I was, like, turned off by. Good writing, very interesting with, like, Native American culture, customs, history, loved that, but just the 3 stars. And then, if you remember, I've literally been reading this book since June, All the Water in the World, that I was super excited. You and I got it at
Oh,
that little
yes, yes,
bookshop.
yes.
Yes. So finally finished that, which, as you recall, I was taking breaks because it was, like, so emotionally grueling. I finished it. I was sobbing. 5 stars. Absolute
Well,
masterpiece. And I'm not kidding.
I know you're not.
I
Trust me. I know you're not.
Yes, I highly recommend. I mean, trigger warnings for, it's like dystopian. So end of the world, it goes back and forth between, it refers to it as the world as it was. So basically like now, and then the world as it is, which is like the futuristic, there's just the world is kind of, like, drowning. Um, a lot of, like, trauma, parental loss all the way around. It was so well done. I absolutely loved that book. That's it. That's all I got.
Well, I mean, I don't think you can get a better review than that, in my opinion. If
Oh.
anyone else thinks differently, let me know.
Ye
All right, so going off of the superstition route, we have officially made it to F.
Oh, shit.
So with F, I decided to do
Firecracker. Fern Gully.
frogs. Um, so just some things about frogs.
Mhm.
Um,
Can I stop you quickly?
I
What do you
haven't even began.
Right. What do you think of them? Just,
No, I
generally
think they're cute.
you do.
Yeah,
Did you like them as a child? Like,
I think.
did you ever fiddle with them, find them in the great outdoors, pick them up, that kinda thing?
I think I might have found one or two. I mean, I wouldn't say I was drowning in them.
Yeah,
I'm sure I tried to pet them at some point.
right. Did
So,
okay. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
yeah. So, some of these superstitions involving frogs. In some societies, swallowing live frogs is believed to cure tuberculosis and whooping cough.
Good God.
hmm
Who
According,
is able I'm sorry, but who is able to do that?
oh, I don't freaking know.
Goodness gracious.
According to an old British legend, carrying a dried frog in a pouch around your neck
I'm sorry?
prevents epileptic seizures.
Epileptic
Epileptic seizures.
epilepsy, right. I was gonna say
Uh,
epilepsy. I'm not mocking people with
of
epileptic
course not.
disorders, just my own speech issues.
Some some cultures believe that a frog coming in your home might be carrying a curse, while others claim it brings good luck.
That's what I was gonna say. That
Some
where my mind would go, I meant.
I understand. Some
Yeah.
African tribes believe that the death of a frog will cause drought, um, while some other people say that killing a frog can lead to heavy rain and floods. Talia has
I'm
left the
so
building.
I'm so sorry. I tried. I needed to readjust, so I, like, turned my mic off so it wouldn't make, like, extra noise, and then I thought you'd still be talking so I wouldn't run into the issue that I'm currently in. Um,
Now that's fascinating because I did hear a major echo and I don't hear it that much anymore, and that must be because your mic was off.
Interesting.
Okay.
Now wait,
Anyway,
what about the droughts and the floods? What did you now it's gone, and I wanted to respond to it.
oh,
Gone out of my head, I meant.
yeah. It's just saying that some African tribes believe that the death of a frog will cause a drought, while other tribes believe that killing a frog can lead to heavy rains and floods.
Oh, interesting.
So there we have it. There are some
Fascinating
little
facts.
superstitions around frogs, tuberculosis, things of that nature.
Mhm, mhm.
So, all right. So we are going to jump in to the case today. I was inspired to look this up, and I don't know if you even know if about anything about this. Um, have you ever heard of the Gainesville Ripper?
No.
Okay. Now I ask that because this was, from what I have seen, one of the main inspirations for Scream.
Get out of here.
hmm
Oh, I am very excited about this.
So I started watching, as I told you last night, I started watching Scream 1, 2, and I got halfway through 3
2 or 3,
in the
right.
same sitting. Yes.
Maybe I'll do that later. That's a good idea. Where are you accessing? Oh, you have the DVDs, don't
No,
you?
I wasn't doing it through, I was watching it through Peacock, but I don't think you have that.
No, I don't.
So
Peacock.
you could probably like get a, you know,
Trial.
yeah.
Oh, so you pay for it.
Well, kind of. I mean, through the family,
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah. But, like, it's not like
it's
one.
a paid service,
Yes,
yes,
okay,
yeah.
got it, got it.
Um, so yeah, they have all the screams on there. So I was saying to you, like, I know, you just stop at one, but
Right.
um, I plan on fully finishing 3 to 4 into 5, even though once they start with those other people, I really don't give a damn. But
Course. Loses its luster.
um, but uh I do like how it strings the stuff together. It's very consistent on, like, it'll use a cameo from somebody from the second movie, and it starts out, the third movie starts out with Cotton Weary from the second movie, all the way back from the first movie for a hot second on the TV. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, which, though, takes me to I'm questioning if I've ever even seen the 3rd. I must have, but it's also I remember being very excited about him. Yeah, I did. I did see it. I take that back. I did. But I don't believe I watched anything further. And I think I saw 2 maybe a few times. Nothing like my number for 1.
Yeah.
3, I think I literally saw once, and then, like I said, I think I stopped there.
Um,
Who does the Scream movies? Wes Craven, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
a hero to us all. Well, maybe not to everybody, but should be.
number number 3 was when Courtney Cox had that horrible haircut with
Hair.
those bangs that were like an inch long and just jagged, like jagged pieces of glass. Uh, So this is what we're gonna do. The Gainesville Ripper.
'Kay.
All right. So in late August 1990, the college town of Gainesville, Florida, which was the home of the University of Florida, was struck by a series of horrific murders. Now, keep in mind, this wasn't obviously, Scream wasn't a real true crime case, obviously. Like, it was based around this concept, but, just realize, I'm not saying the movie was based on this. It was just inspiration for the movie.
Got it. Thank you for
Okay.
the
Yeah.
clarification.
um, was struck by a series of horrific murders. So, over a span of just a few days, 5 students, 4 UF students, and one of the nearby Santa Fe Community College were brutally murdered. Um, so, this unknown person would break into off campus apartments at night and would attack young victims in their homes.
Which already, granted, Scream is high school, this is college, but the fact that this person was targeting students, and that's essentially the theme of Scream. Like, obviously, when you find out what's going on and, like, who it is and their
Well, yeah.
reasoning for doing it is different, but, like, nice little touch in terms of Scream and the inspiration and the
Yeah, we
connection.
gotcha.
Okay, I'm done.
But yeah, well, Scream 2 is about college.
Good call.
Scream 3, they're all out of college. So,
Succession.
absolutely. So, like I said, this unknown assailant breaks into off campus apartments at night, attacks victims. Gainesville, known for its lively campus and safe streets, suddenly descends into panic and fear. Local authorities and media quickly drew comparisons to Ted Bundy's Florida killing spree
Shit.
12 years earlier. Students who had just arrived for the fall semester reacted in terror. Many withdrew or fled the town. Could you imagine just people leaving a town because of a killer?
It just shows, though, like, how obviously amped up people were. Of course they were, but it's like thinking back to being in college, and if not just 1 student was killed, but 5, all are we gonna hear details of the victims? Like, more
I'd like to think.
just I meant, like, the circumstances and timeline of, like, how close were the murders.
Mhm.
Um It's like that even 2 parents insisting that their kids come home too, like, "You're not staying on this campus, like, we're
Well,
out for a
yeah.
while."
No, I agree with that.
And I'm sorry, when did you say this was happening? What was the year?
1990.
1993. Oh, shit, 1990.
Mhm.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What's so jarring about that?
In my head in my head, it was the 2000s. I didn't think it was that far back.
The
Wow.
Gainesville Ripper? Who you'd never
Yeah.
heard of before?
In my head, it was more current, which makes sense because if Scream 1 was inspired by this, it had to be the
You're
90s.
absolutely right, right, you're connecting the dots
Thank you.
real quick.
Well, not so much, but for me, yes, thank you. Okay.
Alright, so, like I said, local authorities thought that it was kinda like, Ted Bundy's killings 12 years earlier. So, they are leaving the town, they're fleeing the town. The university delayed the start of classes and even offered off-campus dorm housing. No, I'm sorry, even offered on-campus housing to off-campus students
Stay
so that they could
close.
feel safer in numbers.
Mhm, mhm.
Uh, Dorms implemented extra security. A student-led nighttime patrol program expanded.
Which
I feel like that was kind of a joke.
well, and you're literally putting these poor kids out as sacrificial lambs. That's who's getting killed.
Right,
Bring in a company to offer
right.
secure oh my gosh. Alrighty.
And then you probably have these college kids boozing and cruising,
Boozing it up.
looking for somebody who's trying to kill people. I don't know. That does sound like a movie to me. Anyway, so okay, student led nighttime patrol. There was also an uptick in sales of guns, mace,
I would just find it jarring.
and even steak knives.
That's where I should have gasped. I should have saved my gasping.
Um,
Steak knives?
yeah,
Jeez
because students were
Louise.
trying to arm themselves. So no one knew who the killer was, or if he would strike again, or even if there was more than one killer working together.
Mhm.
Wow.
Like Stewie and Billy.
So in the words of one student at the time, they said it's another Ted Bundy on the loose, some sicko. Sicko, which is a callback to Hocus Pocus's weirdo. Weirdo.
Absolutely. Oh my god.
I've always wanted to have an online following. Now I do.
Have you? Have you?
Yeah, where I would refer to them like, you know how you, like, refer to, like obviously
The
here,
chillers.
right, as hobgoblins, because when Winnie is out and they're like, like, "What is this?" She goes, "Hobgoblin."
I do not remember that.
When they're it was right at trick or treat when they get
And the
off the
kids are
bus.
everywhere.
Yes. "Odspartikins.
I probably couldn't understand her, so that's why I never knew what the word was. I couldn't
Bless
hear it.
you."
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that would actually be a really nice thing to do is to just, for an episode that's not a true crime, but we just put on Hocus Pocus and just make commentary as we go.
Love where your head's at.
A nice, easy breezy
Cover
Halloween
girl.
special.
Right.
Because there are so many things that, like, anybody could comment on at any time, and I think people might enjoy it.
Absolutely. All of our
And, we could
nonsense.
also I love how, like, they're getting a now a behind the scenes, behind the music, but
VH1.
if we would, commit to not pausing it, people could watch it with us in real time.
How would
I'm
we
sorry? Like I'm saying, if we say, "Okay, everybody, in 4 seconds,
Yes.
we're going to start the movie, and we
Yes.
will not pause it," then every commentary we make, they will be hearing as they're watching it.
My throat is already starting to close over this, like, not being able to
Well,
pause
that's
and
probably not a good
rewind.
idea then.
I need to rewind all things all the time. You know I love a nice rewind.
I hate it.
I know.
Alright.
You don't allow it.
Perfect, yeah, I know.
Normally, I mean.
Yeah. Anyway, maybe we should do that next time.
I think that's lovely.
Okay, anyway.
Can we get food? Starvin' Marvin. That'll be a lovely little oh, I no, I can't eat. That'll
How
be
about how much was
ridiculous. Talking, watching, eating, please.
Okay, I mean, this movie is only about an hour and 20 minutes, so I think,
Well,
we could order the pizza about halfway through,
good
except we
call.
can't because we can't pause.
and then they'll come to the door
All right, we're moving on
with
here.
the pizza. "I'll call you on the phone, Rose." It's
I'll
a
give you a ring. Oh, I can't accept jewelry.
it's a Gigi's quote. Okay.
Yeah, all right. So we're
Alright.
back to this frightening atmosphere, right? So a community of young people under siege by an unknown predator. Obviously, like I said, it does feel like the plot of a movie.
Let me
Um,
ask you this. If you were there as a student, would you stay? Also, would your answer vary if you were in off-campus housing or on-campus housing?
oh, I don't know because I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if I think if that were happening to my fellow students, that would be pretty damn scary. But it's also like I think I'd have to see, like you just said, where am I? Who's with me? Like, is it like a group home where a bunch of people are coming in and out on a regular basis and things get a little hinky? Or is it like I'm in my house and I come home at a reasonable time and I
You're in for the night.
lock the door, most likely, if I remember, and
God.
but I don't know. I think it would be I think I would be very unsettled. And you?
I am thinking back to that time in my life and how I was, and nothing gut my goat, if you will. Like, I feel like I would be taking it so lightly and nonchalantly, and, like, I had such an air of, like, nothing can happen to me, I'm good, like, I'm always having a good time. I feel like I would have insisted on staying. My mother would have been like, You need to come home, like, this is not safe." I would have been like, "Oh my god, it's fine, I'm good," and she would have had to just roll in and be like, "Okay, I'm here, getting in the car, let's go, you're leaving with me,"
Yeah.
and I would have been out.
Except that doesn't make any sense from what you've told me in the past where you would never go anywhere by yourself. Your friends were never allowed to go anywhere by themselves. The poor man who found your phone, who you thought was a psycho killer, he
Poor
couldn't return it.
man. Well, he
He
was a
couldn't
sweet
return it to
dear.
you without a bunch of people. So what are you talking about? You were freewheeling and letting loose.
That, like, I would throw caution to the wind, like, I did a lot of stupid shit, I took risks I shouldn't have, like, that sort of thing, like
Now don't listen to this, kids.
not wise.
You don't want to be like Talia in college.
No, certainly not. So, yeah, I
All
also
right.
think well, I'm not gonna say this next thing because it's gonna sound insensitive, and I don't mean it to be, so I'm just not gonna say it.
All right. I think that's a good plan.
Yes.
Um, I'm still just as confused as to whether you were careful or freewheeling it because of what I've just said. But
I said I would have been like, "I'm fine, I'm gonna stay," and my mom would have been like, "This is not safe,
right,
I think
right,
you should come
okay,
home," and
okay,
she would have come and
right,
scooped
yes,
me
yes,
up.
yes. Okay.
Yes.
Now
Mhm.
let's get into the murders.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So now, over a period of 3 days. Now that
3
reminds me of Ursula. Got that?
I was
Three
thinking that too.
days.
I heard how she says the number 3 like that.
Zip. All right.
Well, angelfish.
The solution to your problem is simple. All right, I gotta go. Uh, 5 young people were slain in Gainesville in a
5
very brutal fashion.
in 3 days.
Thank
Uh,
you for the recap.
absolutely.
All right, Friday, August 24th, 1990. Freshman Sonia Larson,
Oh, baby.
18, and Christina Powell, 17.
In college at 17.
Maybe she was smart.
Yeah,
Had
advanced
just
placement classes. Yes.
Maybe had just moved in together. They were preparing for a new semester, and one would assume the first semester.
Right.
When Christina's parents couldn't reach her by Sunday, August 26th, they went to the apartment complex to check on the girls.
Well, they were
After,
never the same again, and you know it.
I'm sure they weren't. After a maintenance man and the apartment manager entered with a police officer, they encountered a scene of horror.
Ugh.
Christina's partially clothed body was found on the living room floor. She had been sexually assaulted and stabbed to death. Now
Jeez.
that's not part of the scream. You know, the
The
sexual
sexual
stuff,
assault, no. No.
um, but which is I think, that's fine to leave out. Let it just be a horror,
Well, I was gonna
you
say,
know,
yeah, I totally agree, and now that not that I'm a horror connoisseur whatsoever, like, compared to you especially, but I feel
horror
like
connoisseur.
but you really that is not a theme in horror movies, as I don't think it should be, like, I
Yeah,
don't
I
yeah,
agree.
yeah,
The other thing I realized, and I actually think this is fan-freaking-tastic,
yeah.
the scream killers never hurt animals,
Yes.
ever.
Not
I
a
don't not that
thing.
I recall,
Mm-mm. I mean,
and
I
I love
obvious
it. And
yeah,
you've only seen one, but,
I've seen 2 or 3. But
um,
from my memory, you're correct.
because in the 3rd the 3rd movie, Sydney does have a golden retriever,
Mm. Oh, I do remember that!
so
What's the dog's name? Do you
I don't know.
remember?
Oh, wait, Cherokee.
Cherokee.
Mhm. I only know that because I had the captions on.
Oh, hell yeah. I don't watch anything anymore without the captions, and I know that's pretty much, like, been cemented because I can't hear anything, so that's why they
Right.
but even as a kid, I distinctly remember loving having the captions on.
Well, maybe a hearing aid,
Maybe because the
like
captions aren't forever.
Dorothy.
Oh my god, that's another good
One of
episode.
my coworkers, by my request, I'll have you know, went to the ear doctor, got a hearing aid. Not only has it immensely helped her, but now she can take phone calls right in her ear
Get out of here.
via Bluetooth.
That is some advanced futuristic
It's
shit.
like the Jetsons, baby.
Absolutely. But I have, let's also not forget, I have gone to the ear doctor about this issue.
All right, well, then I stand corrected.
But I guess
Um,
this is in my future.
I don't know how much of a rumor this is, and we won't be looking it up right now because we don't have the time, but I thought I saw an article that it said they were making a real life Jetsons movie, and this is the part that made me say this out loud. The guy who's supposed to play George Jetson, of all people, Jim Carrey.
I immediately was thinking Jason Bateman, and I'm not sure why I think he would be good because he really, I don't think I mean, who the hell knows how Jason Bateman is as a person, but like just what I'm used to him being, in roles, acting roles. That was silly that I thought that. But I kind of do actually think Jim Carrey would be good. George was a goof. Like, he had some goof things that occurred, and, like, I think that actually would be okay, body type very similar.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh my gosh. Well, this also makes
Rosie.
this makes me think of the Flintstones, and I was obsessed with that as a child. Did you like that movie?
Not really.
Oh my god. Did you like the Flintstones? You didn't really care for
Not
that. Yeah,
really.
yeah. I mean, I always preferred the Jetsons to the Flintstones, but I loved that real life Flintstone movie.
And I think as a kid, it did give me anxiety when they swapped worlds or timelines.
I
I
forgot
did not
about
like
that.
that. Like, when they left the Jetsons in the past, I was like, "Well, this is some bullshit."
I was into it. I like
I
when they
didn't go for it. I
mixed
don't
things
I was like, "Well, when are they going back?" Like, they are gonna go back though, right?
Will they be coming home?
What is
My my screen saver went on, and then I was like, "Shit, did that mess
You
with
might
the
as well be trying to send me smoke signals. What are you
with the recording?" And then when I went back in,
You're fine. Everyone's fine, I
it asked if
think.
I wanted to leave the site. All right.
No, you don't. Please, God, don't leave the
Exactly.
site. All right. Anyway, these people are probably thinking anyway, okay,
I
and
don't
by
think
these
they're
people,
really
I mean
phased. Nothing can phase them much at this
the
point with
chillers.
us. Right.
All right, so let's go back to this. So like I said, she was tragically sexually assaulted and stabbed to death.
Yeah.
So then we have her friend Sonia. Her body um, was up on her bed. She had no clothes on. Her long hair was fanned out, and she too had been stabbed to death while she was sleeping, apparently. The investigators noted evidence that both victims had been bound with duct tape, though the killer had removed the tape and his tools from the scene. This was likely to eliminate any evidence that they could get on him. The front door showed pry marks from a screwdriver, indicating that the killer had forced entry while the students slept. Now we're on Saturday, August 25th. The next night, the killer strikes again. Krista Hoyt, 18. She was a student at Santa Fe Community College and an aspiring police officer
Oh my gosh.
who worked part-time as a records clerk for the sheriff's office, failed to show up for her midnight shift on Sunday, August 26th. Concerned colleagues went to her duplex apartment the next morning and discovered a scene even more ghastly. Krista had been sexually assaulted, stabbed, and mutilated, and in a shocking, I guess, level up, decapitated.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, that poor
So
girl.
her head was found placed on a shelf, positioned to face her lifeless body.
Who the hell is this person? And this is like so much happening in such a short amount of
Hell
time.
yeah.
And the time that all of this would like horrifying.
So her body was like positioned sitting on the edge of her bed. So the killer obviously took time to arrange this scene for maximum horror.
Oh, yeah. Just messing with people and very disrespectful to her. Obviously, he killed her, but that's like taking it to the next level of just disrespect, I feel like. Like, it's like not that he was making a joke, but sort of, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So the officers who arrived, they were like devastated because many of them already knew
Oh, I
Krista
didn't even think of
personally.
that. Yeah.
They later told her family that she likely died quickly from the first stab wound, though in truth, there were many more injuries inflicted after death. So this detail, I guess, was offered out of kindness to spare her loved ones some pain.
Yeah.
Now we've got Monday, August 27th. Early on Tuesday, August 28th, police found two more victims, which I'm assuming were killed Monday, August 22nd or 27th, at another off-campus apartment complex. Tracy Paules, Paules,
Paulus, I want to say.
Paulus, 23. She was a UF senior, and her longtime friend, Manuel, who went by Manny, I just gonna have to spell this. Taboada,
Taboda?
Taboada, yes, as I read it out loud. He was 23. So he was a student at Santa Fe Community College, and they were roommates. So sometime in the early hours of August 27th, the killer broke into the ground floor unit by prying open a sliding glass door.
Very into the prying of the doors, this
Mhm.
monster.
Similarly to the previous entries, he, yes, was a door pryer.
Yeah.
He first encountered Manny asleep in his bedroom. Manny was a strong former football player, and he fought back fiercely upon being attacked. Evidence showed a very violent struggle, but he was ultimately overpowered and stabbed to death.
Which then is making me think, granted, Manuel was like at a disadvantage with having been startled awake or, not
Mm-hmm.
like unexpectedly woken up. But with the strength that he like naturally would have had just from his history of being an athlete, it's like, I don't know. It's like, yes, he was at a disadvantage, but I don't know. I guess he also was unarmed though. And this killer
Well,
was,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, it does make me think, though, even because, like I said, obviously where this was inspiration for, even in Scream, I mean, any of these killers, they were just wiry. I
Oh,
mean, and
totally.
they were not stealthy. They were not graceful.
Clunky, falling
Right.
around in the bathroom in the
Absolutely. I
first
mean,
one.
every
The
almost
sounds. Sorry.
almost everyone that whoever was behind the mask tried to kill got at least a few good hits in,
Absolutely.
which was
Sid
always
liked to
where their
kick.
mistake was, because he would always be down and out, and they would just keep running away. So,
Absolutely.
but, anyway. Uh, so hearing the commotion, Tracy came down the hall. She saw the intruder and she tried to barricade herself in her bedroom. The killer broke through the door, and just with the other female victims, he taped her mouth shut and bound her wrists. He cut off her clothes, sexually assaulted her, and then turned her over and stabbed her 3 times in the back, killing her. He then poised Tracy's body in a provocative position,
Oh my God.
while Manny's body was just left where it fell. Um, when police found the scene later that morning, Tracy's body was on the living room floor, and like the other women, she had tape residue on her wrists and mouth. Notably, investigators also found traces of soap on her lower body, suggesting that the killer had washed her, possibly to remove any evidence of like semen or DNA or fingerprints. So this detail just talked about this pattern where the killer liked to clean the crime scenes, a trait also noted in earlier murders and in the triple homicide case in another state. So
Wait,
now,
I'm so sorry.
okay.
Um, so you're saying that unrelated crimes, like, you're saying from farther, like, you're saying they're noticing these similarities in crimes prior to the killing spree of the students, that it's like, "Oh, this matches actually."
Yeah,
Okay,
right,
okay,
right.
okay. Got
Oh, yeah, right, yeah, yeah, yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah, right, 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 got it. All right. So all five victims now, they were killed in their own homes in the dead of night, with the exception of Manny because he was the lone male victim. He was not sexually assaulted. He just had the misfortune of being present. So the victims, yeah.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, and he was the barrier to that female. It makes me think that he knew, that the killer knew that there was, like, a male in this house that was going to, like I said, be a barrier to get to the female that he, I assume, really wanted to get to. Since he sexually assaulted everybody, like, all of the victims, I feel like that was part of his thing. Like, I don't think he randomly came upon that house. Like, I don't think Manny surprised him. I feel like he absolutely knew
Oh,
Manny was
oh.
in there, just didn't know necessarily who he would run into first.
Well, I think he would have had to have planned to run into Manny first, because if he was attacking Tracy first, then Manny could have woken up and actually been a little more ready to fight the man.
Very good point. I meant more like when he walked in, he wouldn't have necessarily known whose bedroom was where and, like, but maybe he
Right,
did,
but
like.
who the hell knows?
Right,
Right.
right.
So anyway, all of the victims, like I said, not counting Manny, were all young, petite, brunette women.
Oh, God. So he had a type that he was going
Mhm.
for.
Mhm. Um, and as I said, each victim had been sexually assaulted and then stabbed with a knife and then gruesomely posed or mutilated after the death. Why Krista was decapitated is such an odd addition, but
Yeah.
the level of overkill and ritualism at the scenes led authorities to conclude immediately that a serial killer was at work. So the sheriff's spokesman said at the time, quote unquote, anyone, I never understood quote unquote. How do you know when I'm done quoting then?
Good call.
I mean, do you know that though?
No.
All right, I don't either.
You could say, end quote.
I understand, but then it wouldn't be quote unquote. It would be quote blah 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 end quote. I don't know. I just think it's dumb.
Good call, man.
I'm going to say quote.
Okay.
Anybody that commits homicide using mutilation is a pretty sick individual. And, well, yeah.
Absolutely.
and somebody we wanna get off the streets very badly.
I surely hope so.
Well, when you're right, you're right.
You didn't do end quote.
End quote. So I guess there is a memorial mural,
Oh, for the
on
kids.
yes,
Obviously, yeah.
you got it, on Gainesville's 34th Street wall, which honors the 5 victims of the 1990 murders.
That's beautiful.
So, okay, now in the immediate aftermath of the murders, Gainesville was in a state of siege and paranoia. Police received a flood of calls about any and all suspicious incidents, every strange noise in the night. God only knows what you would have been up to at this point.
I would have been panicked, I think. I really think. Because too, like, everyone's talking about it, you know
Of
it's coming up
course.
all the time, like, you are supposed to be really, like, aware of what's going on around you more than usual. I mean, it must have been a rough time for all.
Be like 911 would be like, "Oh, it's Talia again. Hey, girl, what's up?"
Oh my
No,
god.
that's just Mrs. Johnson walking her chihuahua. You've seen her before.
Leave her alone. Let her be.
Um, so police received a flood of calls about any and all suspicious events. Like I said, noises, sightings of just people, whatever. Rumors flew as students swapped grim theories. So some were saying that the killer might actually be 2 people working together because how quickly the murders were happening. And like the idea of how much like strength was needed to overpower
Good
these
point.
victims, obviously, especially Manny when, he was woken up.
Exactly.
Um, so others were saying that it could be that others feared it could be someone who they knew because everyone was a potential suspect in the public's eyes. In fact, investigators later revealed that they had a list of 675 people of interest.
Jeez.
675 people.
Just a few.
Um, so this was showing just how wide of a net of suspicion was cast. For students at UF, that fall semester of 1990 was one of the most terrifying in the school's history. Many students wouldn't go out at night or even walk across campus without an escort. Well, who the hell are these escorts?
Maybe school stiff. These poor students probably that are doing the night watch security
You're
teams.
gonna say doing the dirty.
Oh my god. Knee.
Um, so on campus, volunteer security escorts, they were the kids.
Oh my
Student
gosh.
nighttime auxiliary patrol.
Did they well, no, they of course they didn't get paid, I'm sure.
I don't think so. No, it says volunteer.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Um, they expanded uh, to meet the larger demand of people wanting other people to walk them around, I guess. So off campus, groups of friends formed buddy systems. Now that you'd like that. You'd be into that
I think that would be safe.
to check on each other and even sleep in shifts.
Oh, I think that's nice. Well, Manny wasn't awake. I was gonna say it didn't help Manny, but I mean, he was still woken, so I guess scratch that, but yeah, alright. That's nice. I think that's nice.
So one account described students keeping steak knives under their pillows and mace canisters at the ready.
If I can just say, if I was
Sure.
sleeping with a steak knife under my pillow, I would kill myself. I would brutally injure myself
Oh,
overnight.
yeah, yeah.
I
No,
would
that would be
never.
very unsafe.
Yes. Yes, which maybe they had it in a little cover, a sheath,
Well, we
whatever.
can only hope they did.
Right.
So, over the Labor Day weekend, this is just days after the murder, Gainesville was practically a ghost town. Hundreds of students had already left the city to spend time with their family until things had calmed down. The university administration adjusted policies to accommodate the chaos. They extended deadlines, like so that you didn't have to add or drop classes as quickly as normal. They delayed tuition due dates. Well, how big of them?
Wow.
They were acknowledging that many students were not in a normal frame of mind, I'll say.
That is a good point, though. Like, who's focusing? Who's able to study? Like, they're fighting for their lives. They're trying to stay alive.
It's yeah. Media from all over the country descended on Gainesville. Gale
I
Weathers,
was just thinking that.
you were.
Yeah.
The story of these 5 slaughtered college students in the Sun Belt town grabbed national headlines and cable news coverage. And I mean, yeah, those details are pretty
Gripping.
gripping, scandalous, newsworthy,
Absolutely.
chillworthy.
Absolutely.
Um, so the press had soon given the unknown murderer the name of the Gainesville Ripper, a name that both horrified and sensationalized this tragedy, which I agree. At its peak, 125 officers were working on the case. They set up a 24-hour hotline for tips, which generated thousands of calls. Investigators painstakingly combed through 18,000 pieces of evidence
Jeez.
and conducted hundreds of interviews. As one officer later said, quote, "There was no precedent for this scale of tragedy. Parents and students didn't know what to do," end quote. The authorities knew that they had to catch this killer quickly to restore any sense of peace. So now we have an early suspect. Within days of the murders, even as the last crime scenes were being processed, police announced they had a potential suspect, an 18-year-old UF freshman named Ed Humphrey. So Humphrey was brought to the authorities' attention by multiple reports from students and neighbors. He was known to wander around late at night dressed in military fatigues, often carrying large knives, and he exhibited odd behavior, which was aggressive, likely related to mental health issues. Well, I would say that is someone to keep an eye on with
Absolutely.
the things happening.
Yes, there's some red flags going on here.
Those large knives, especially, are standing out to me.
But dare I say, well, I mean, I
I'd
don't
love to hear this. What?
I was just gonna say that doesn't make him a murderer, though.
I didn't say it does.
I know, I'm just saying. All right.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, though, for pointing that out. You're right.
Absolutely.
I have knives in my house as well, as I think you do.
Correct,
And
except
just by your logic, that does not make us a murderer.
we don't walk around the neighborhood with them either, but if we did, that, yes, would not make us murderers either in our
Fair
fatigues.
is fair.
Right.
Coincidentally, around that time, Humphrey was arrested for a physical altercation with his grandmother,
Oh.
which landed him in jail for an unrelated assault charge. Police held him on an extraordinarily high bond of $1 million. Back then,
Back then, and not even that he killed her, like, just I mean, not to say, like, "Oh, all he did was assault her." I mean, she was an elderly woman, a relative of his. I mean, that is ruthless, man, but they were not messing around. Now, riddle me this, was he sort of like the fact that he was on the suspect list, then this happened, do you think that's what played a part in the high bail amount?
oh, yeah, people were saying, like, given the context of what was going on, yes. That's
Okay.
why it was, like, you know, a little harder than it might have been to scoot out of there.
Well, and what I'm curious what you're gonna say next is this gonna be similar to, like, how in Scream where, like, Billy is in jail, murders keep happening, which obviously we know who that was, but I'm wondering for this, is it gonna be like this guy, Ed, was now in jail, high bond, high bail, whatever, and murders continue?
I guess we'll see.
Right.
Okay, so Humphrey certainly looked the part of a suspect to to the public. Like, they were like, "Oh, this guy, like, it's definitely him." He had deep scars on his face from a car accident, and side effects from his medication made him appear twitchy and quote unquote off. Now, see, there you can use quote unquote. It's one word,
Good call.
quote unquote off.
Off. If.
His mugshot was splashed across the newspapers and tabloid TV shows. So basically, they were already branding him as the face of the Gainesville Ripper. However, as investigators quietly realized, looks were deceiving in this case. The crime scene evidence, especially DNA, did not match Ed Humphrey.
Oh, shit.
Semen and blood samples from the murder scenes had a certain blood type, which was B,
Huh.
which Humphrey did not share. So, in other words, unless he was working with someone else, he was not the killer. So, still, authorities hesitated to completely clear Humphrey publicly because they were like scared that if they would lose their only named suspect, um, that people would lose faith in the fact that they were like making any kind of progress at all, basically. So for months, they kept him in jail on his assault charge while the murder investigation continued.
Wow.
Uh, and officially, he was never exonerated until much later. But the focus of the task force, however, was already shifting, and by the fall of 1990, toward another lead. One far more promising than the troubled teenager who happened to act strange at the wrong time. And on that note, everybody, we are going to have to continue this in the next episode because we are only halfway through the Gainesville Ripper case.
Wow. Good
So,
job, man. Good freaking job.
yeah, there we have it. But I thought you would be pleased with the inspiration,
Oh,
you know.
1,000%. I feel terrible for these victims, and it's a very sad case. I'm extremely sucked in and curious to, the rest of what transpires and hopefully finding this person. But I am very, no, I don't want to say delighted by the connection of the Scream movies. That sounds highly disrespectful to the victims, but I'm very, I don't know what word to use. Appreciative? No, that's terrible too.
Interested,
I guess, yes. Yes.
gripped.
Yes. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. So, on that note, we are going to break
All right.
and we will see everybody next week. And then I think we might do what we said and
Oh,
do this
yes.
Hocus Pocus episode. So
Yes.
I would say, let us know if you want us to do the Hocus Pocus episode. But in reality, we're doing it because people won't listen to this for weeks.
I was gonna say, right, they won't even know till it hits
So
them.
joke's on them.
We're doing it.
I also, really quick before we go, did want to say I think it's a very, very sweet. We have gotten comments since we've been on our for us, it was a long hiatus.
Agreed.
We've never really broken for more than a month, and this time we did. Lots of things were happening, and you know, and that's fine. It's our show.
Yeah.
Uh, but we have seen multiple comments from multiple people asking when it's coming back,
Mhm.
and we just got a comment today from Ashley that
Well,
said,
like, she told us about it. It wasn't her comment. You said a comment from
right,
Ashley.
because she texted the group is what I
Yes.
meant.
Yes.
So I'm sorry, everyone. Let me clarify that. Ashley sent us a picture of a comment that
Oh.
was not Ashley's
I'm just saying.
from a very lovely listener who
Uh-huh.
said she just finished listening to the last episode of season 2 and she was delighted to see that season 3 episode 1 had just dropped. And so that's all very, very nice.
And she also asked that we do more,
Oh, right.
how would
If
you
you
say
have
it?
it, read it.
Yeah, I do.
Shout her out. God
So,
bless her. Shout her the hell out.
Hannah Maxie Smith, and she said, "Y'all posted this the exact day I finished the last episode of season 2, crying face. Meant to be, exclamation point. Can't wait to catch the weekly new episodes. Also want to say I really love hearing y'all delve into the older and more historical cases. I'd love to hear more of those if that's something y'all would enjoy," with a smile. And that was on Spotify.
And her name was what?
Hannah Maxie Smith.
Well, I'll call her Hannah.
Yeah.
Now, I wonder if Hannah considers the 90s Is that the kind of historical she means? Like, that's very subjective at this point.
Well, good point. In my head, I immediately thought Jack the Ripper. Like that's where my head went. But then also, or does she mean neither? Or maybe partly, like for instance, a really well-known case, no matter when it occurred, is what she's more so
Mm.
saying.
Well, Hannah, shed any light you want on that comment
Yeah,
because, we're not exactly sure what people, I mean, we love the comment, but we're just wondering, like, does
absolutely.
30 years count as historical or does it have to be 60?
Or
Like
600.
right.
And I'm
The
serious.
first vampire of New Jersey, or I
Uh-huh.
forget whoever she was, but God
Uh-huh.
bless her.
What was her name? What was her first name?
I don't even
Very
remember.
sweetie. The heck was it?
Yes.
I don't know. To look it up.
So anyway, but yes, we appreciate all those very sweet comments and
Yes, and everyone who is so devoted to listening to us and still here for our current season now that we're back.
yeah, and I mean if there are people literally from the beginning that are not blood related to us, who are still listening, like that would be so lovely to
We
know.
love you all. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, all right, well until next time everybody,
Stay safe.
and stay chill.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye. You've just listened to Chillworthy. Thank you for joining us on this latest episode. While we strive to keep our discussions engaging and lighthearted, we also wanted to take a moment to acknowledge the real lives and events that are at the heart of these stories.
We try to approach each topic with a sense of curiosity and respect, fully aware of the impact these events have had on the individuals and their loved ones. Our goal is to honor their memories by keeping their stories alive and shedding light on the mysteries that surround them.
If you enjoyed this episode, please remember to subscribe, rate, and leave a review, and don't forget to join us on the next episode of Chillworthy.